Hi girls, this is Miss Gaska. I just wanted to explain the independent reading plan for Activity 1.2 in English 2 Semester 1 Week 1. So your independent reading plan states, reading independently gives you a chance to expand your knowledge about topics that fascinate you while also reinforcing and deepening the learning you are doing in class. Each of the selections that you will read in this course can help you analyze and understand your independent reading texts in new and enlightening ways. So you're not going to be discussing your independent reading plan with a partner, but you are going to be answering these questions. So first of all, you need to figure out what you would like to read. And I'm going to put up a list of suggested readings that go along with the topic of culture. Because the readings I'm going to suggest are going to come from different cultures, from people around the world. They're going to be about different communities, even here in the US, things like that. I have some really cool books that I hope that you'll enjoy, and I'm going to also link the PDFs to those books as well. So when you choose your book, you're going to answer these questions. 1, how do you go about choosing what to read independently? Where can you find advice on which books or articles to read? So think about that. Where can you find advice? When you're looking for advice, you're looking for usually a person to speak to. What people can you reach out to give you advice on what books or articles to read? So your first person would probably be me, because I'm your English teacher and your reading teacher. But you may not know that Miss Henry also has a background in English and can recommend fantastic books to read. She's an avid reader. And Miss Graham used to teach this English course and reading course, so she also has a broad background of reading. So if you choose to ask somebody for advice on which books to read, any of the three of us are great sources for that, and we would be more than happy to recommend a book that we think you'll really enjoy based on what you tell us about your interests. The second one says, what genre of texts do you enjoy reading outside of class? So this is asking for genre, which if you don't know what that means, it just means what type of text. Do you like romance? Do you like mystery? Do you like horror? Do you like suspense? Do you like fantasy? Do you like sci-fi? There are many different types of genres. If you're still confused about that, look up book genres on Google and tons of them will pop up. The third one says, how can you make time in your schedule to read independently? So that one's asking you to find a specific time within your schedule to do independent reading. Stick to that time and do it every day at that time. Or even if you have to do it at different times each day, depending on if your schedule is a little bit wonky, that's fine too. But you have to find time in your schedule to read independently daily. The fourth one says, how do you think learning about new cultures might change your perspective of the text you read independently? So that one, you're going to consider, well, if I read something, how might learning about a different culture impact the way I see what I read? So that one requires a little bit of imagination, a little bit of putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. So that's what you're going to think about for that text. And last but not least, it says, look at the independent reading link on this page and think about which text or author you plan on reading during the first half of Unit 1. So I don't know where their independent reading link is. Oh, I guess it's right here. So in this unit, you will be exploring cultural identity. For your independent reading, find texts by authors who share your cultural ideas and make comparisons about shared experiences and experiences that are different. So what you're going to be doing is looking for a text that's related to your culture in some way. And I'll try to come up with a list of very many texts that have various cultures, and I'll make a list of what culture they go with, so that if you identify with a particular background, then you could choose a text that goes with that background in order to complete that assignment. So what we're going to be doing during this time is we're going to be creating reading logs, and I'm going to put a file that you could use as your template for your reading log up on Canvas so that you'll have access to that. So that's all I wanted to discuss with you for this particular activity. I just wanted to give you some information about the independent reading task. So I hope that that was informative. Please keep an eye out for the link that I'm going to put up with the different texts, and also keep an eye out for lost my train of thought. That's all right. Well, thank you for watching my video, and I can't wait to see you again. Take care.